Namaskar, Salam, Sat Sri Akal. Michi Umid Tohi Chu Sari Veri. I don't know. I was told in Kashmiri it means, I hope you're all well. So I think among all of you, I think I'm the only one who is not from Kashmir. But I'm from Bharat. That much I can say you. And I live in Canada half the time, and half the time I'm in India doing various activities. I first came to Kashmir in 2011, and I came in the month of April. Then again, General Viswasrao told, I don't know, he showed me around, and it was so nice that in August I asked, can I come back again? So he invited me for the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and myself, I brought my wife. And then we spent 15 days, we distributed thousands of tirangas and, So we fell in love with Kashmir, and Jammu and Kashmir, I'll say now, together. And I'm back again, and we are starting a new program, and I thought, what better place to start it than from Jammu? It'll be Kashmir next, after the winter. So I'm very happy to be here on an extraordinary day, and I think it is called Chilai Kalan. I don't know whether I can say happy Chilai Kalan, because you're going to have next 40 days that will be the harshest of winter in Kashmir. Am I right? But still, happy Chilai Kalan. And second thing is, I'm also happy to be here on the International Day of, Ferron. International Day of Ferron. So I'm very happy to be wearing it. I didn't get a chance to show you all there. I wanted to go there, but there it is. I love this dress. It's fantastic. And Anita ji yesterday sort of brought it and gave it to me and my wife, who is in the crowd. She already was on the stage. And it's very comfortable. I come from Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, they wear something, what is that called? Sherwani. But there is a saying in Hyderabad, Upar Sherwani, Andar Pareshani. So, no, this is nice. I like this. This is very, very good. So, because you sweat, Hyderabad temperature is different from Kashmir. The Kashmir temperature is nice. I live in Canada, where we go up to -20, -40, nothing, very normal for us. It's always zero. Sun sets, it's zero throughout the year. In Vancouver, it's a little better. But, okay, so that is the first thing. Second thing, before I start my talk about that Ramrath there, I just wanted to say we heard a lot about the book launched today, an extraordinary book. I have gone through it, and I'm not going to speak about the book because you had some excellent presentation of the book, and you also had an idea how to read a book. You had the description in the beginning, how to read a book, how to approach analyzing a book, and chapter by chapter. It was one of the most extraordinary talks I ever heard. And so, I think it is Vinodji, the name is. I wasn't sure, the first speaker. Excellent presentation. So, but what we can do is the best tribute to Rajna, okay, and her sacrifices that she has made, and is by spreading the word around about the book. For somebody like me, for the media, which is here, we need to spread the word around. The book is here, some people will read, and we need it to go to the highest echelons of the government, of the, people, so that they will take some lessons from what she had to say. And Therefore, it's a remarkable book, and I would like more and more Kashmiris to read it. Each and every Kashmiri and Jammu and people here in the state and their children and their children's children, they need to understand what is given in that book. On my part, when I go back to Canada, we have a Kashmiri association, and I'm in touch with them. I'm the president of North America Hindu Association. So I have a reach there, and then United States also will try to spread the word. So having said about the book, I now move on to a new, I will call it an innovation. Invention, there are many wheelchairs you see where people will be sitting down and then it moves with the hand, but it's like a sofa moving. It's like a chair moving. So for people who look at that, I mean, you are very self-conscious yourself, and people also know that he is a disabled person coming and so on. But then I find that with this new innovation, it's like you are in control. You start moving on your own just by pressing the accelerator. It just moves. And I have a feeling, I won't be wrong if I asked you and said, this may be the first time you moved on your own without using the hands. Because it's hard when you are using the hands, and then sometimes, you get blisters, but this is the first ever time probably you have just using your wrist moved. And this particular one, actually, you have the brake and the accelerator on the same side, because we actually made it for somebody who had no left hand. So we made everything on the right. We are arts too, but then it came here. You will replace it with a proper one for you, where both will work. So I'll just give a little talk about what I'm talking about. This thing is the sign, and it's below that it is written Ramrath. It's an electric wheelchair, and it's just an attachment. It is ideally to fit any wheelchair. You just pull it back and click it into position, and it will start working. It goes in reverse, it goes in forwards. Yeah, sorry, yes, some of you may not have it. So, it can move in the reverse, it goes forwards, and very easily maneuvered. Although I'm going to tell people not to go on the highways, and don't go beyond 10 kilometers, there's no need for that. It's just to enjoy, I have some pleasure using it. So I have a brother-in-law who had a stroke, and he is also an engineer who started Pune Institute of Computer Technology. So once he fell ill, many people probably, they will not do many things once you are in a wheelchair. Unlike yourself, sir, he is a coach, and so he sort of looked around and then got this idea and produced this little attachment to a wheelchair. Next slide. Can I have the next slide, please? Yeah. Oh, by the way, my name is, you already been told, TK and Chary. I'm from Armed Forces Medical College, Pune. I'm the first batch in 1962. Many of you weren't born at that time. And I was a medical specialist. I'm a psychiatrist. I worked in all the continents in the world as a doctor. Okay, just to tell you that. Next slide. So all of us, whether you are having any problems with your legs or not, each one of us, human beings or animals, even an ant, we only have one goal in life. Dukh means difficulties or sadness. Dukh nivarana, ananda prapti. Swamiji will relate to that. Everything we do from morning till evening, anything that you do, you want to take away some dukh so that you get ananda. What I mean to say, if you are hungry, you are in dukh. And if you eat, your stomach is full, you are in ananda. Like that. If you are cold, you put on something like this dress, and then you feel warm and you get ananda. All our life, this is our quest, is to remove dukh. And same is the case when you have a problem with your legs, you can't move on your own, then you want some easy way of moving. And I think this probably Ramrath fulfills that requirement reasonably well. Next slide. Slide, please. Yes. So what is dukh? You say, I have no dukh, people might say. The dukh can be in the body, in your mind. It could be in your family, outside your family. It could be financial dukh. It could be legal one. It could be spiritual. Sometimes people say, is there a God? I don't know. They're all troubled by such thoughts. We all have dukh of some type. And getting rid of that is our main aim. Next one. So, disabled people have, what is the problems they have is, one is mobility challenge. They cannot move independently, easily or at all. And second thing is, sometimes when they are using wheelchairs, somebody is pushing them and people are taking around, they feel somewhat shame, somewhat embarrassed, and also they feel guilt for like a wife is pushing the wheelchair or a husband is pushing the wheelchair, they feel guilt. Apart from these three, they also lose confidence in themselves. They lose confidence, their self-esteem becomes low, their self-respect, they lose that. And I'm sure those who are in the wheelchairs here would agree with me. So these are the main difficulties. Next slide. So what have we got? These are the days of holistic medicine, holistic way of treating patients. You look at all aspects, physical aspect, mental aspect, social aspect. You have to treat them as a complete person. So, so far, what we have, what is the best we can offer, with apologies to Pradeep, who has come from Jaipur. Pradeep, right? Pradeep, I mean, they are providing some fantastic splints and appliances, but this is where it stops. Splints, crutches, bandages, manual wheelchairs, and so on. They are all incredible till now, that is what it is there. But now, next slide. So, what we are now doing is a holistic approach whereby you take care of all aspects, and that is the present appliances are lacking, and so a new approach probably is needed. Next slide. And that is where I think this mechanized wheelchair attachment. Any wheelchair, if you just attach that and clip it in position, if you are moving, there's a great boon to the persons who are using it. And next. So this is what it is, that blue one. You just clip it into position and this is what it looks like. Next one. You are seeing it. I wanted to surprise you, but anyway, you are seeing it in front of you. And that's me, by the way. Just to demonstrate. Next one. Ramrath. So it helps beyond mobility. See, sometimes we think that if you can give some machine and give them like a sofa-like thing in which you sit and manipulate, you see many wheelchairs which are mechanized, they look like a chair moving. But then you are very self-conscious going in that, that people know that you got this problem, and as I explained, something we want looking different and you feel you are in control. So, next one. What does a wheelchair do, by the way, is apart from giving you little relief, freedom. Freedom is the most important. And then relief to caregivers. Those who are looking after you, they get a little rest. They don't have to push you around. They can walk beside you if you are going to a park and so on. So that is the beauty of these things. And I hope more and more such things will come up. And this is my brother-in-law. He's the chairman of this company, as I said. So normally when people are wheelchair bound, they will just sit back and let things happen to them, people pushing them around and so on. But he, instead of doing that, invented that little, I mean, he took a lot of ideas from other things, but this is what he came up with. Next one. And there it is. We went to a military hospital, Karki, where it is Saksham is written on the wall. You can't see it. But then, you should see after inventing this, he became quite cheerful. He's moving around more freely. Next one. So, the other thing is it's made in India. You don't need to get anything from outside. Make in India. That's what Prime Minister's dream. Next one. So, that is what I just came to convey today. And what we have done, so my brother-in-law wanted to start this, so myself and my other brother-in-law, who is also my classmate from AFMC, we gave him money enough for 30 chairs. And we said these are going to be given free to soldiers who have become disabled in the Indian Army, Navy, Air Force. So, they're all getting ready. We gave 10 in Artificial Limb Center. And that was initially to make sure it's working well. And the first time I decided that we'll come to Jammu. And Colonel Raina has kindly agreed to let me come here. This is the one. But this is not the end of it. My program is Ramrath 1000. 1000 chairs will be given free to the armed forces, disabled soldiers. It's not that I'm giving it from my money. We have started it, but many companies are coming forward now. For example, one of the companies, I forget the name, in Pune, so they offered that from their social responsibility clause, they are going to give us so many 100 chairs, like that. So I will be going around telling, requesting people to understand the concept, what it can do to the individual. It gives freedom to a disabled person. It doesn't have to be a soldier in the long term. It's going to be, we all have elderly people at home who are, some of them are wheelchair bound, and we should be able to help them, give them that pride, give them freedom, walk with them to the park when they are driving it themselves. That will be the greatest joy you can see in their eyes when they are going freely. So, I'm sure you will agree, sir? So, that is what is. I will ask him one question before we close it. Come. He being a coach, a life coach and all that, one second I will ask him so. What does it make you feel when the first time you started moving and going and you're making figure of 8 in that other room?
My experience was that it was just a bird coming out of nest. So, for the last 22 years, I have been confined to wheelchair. But this is the first time that it's my unique experience and it's the feeling of my wings. Yes, I was just flying. Thank you, sir.
So, would you say that, a few points just to, because people should understand, it's not only because they have paralyzed legs or something. Any elderly person, anybody knee problem and all that, anybody can use it. And it does not look like a wheelchair. It does not look like a big sofa you are sitting in and then manipulating and you are moving on the streets. It looks very conspicuous. So, you agree that it's probably makes you feel more like you are in control.
Definitely, it makes me to feel like I am in control. And once I am on the way, the people will see that something different has come. And it will give some boost to my ego also. Self-esteem, I can say.
Yes. Self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth. These are the 3 things that it is going to give him. It is going to firstly give you a sense of freedom. As long as the roads are all right and the potholes, which we have in India, are not bigger than that wheel in front, I think you should be able to negotiate it. And very soon we'll make sure, we brought a second one, this Ramrath we call it, for the gentleman there. however, that wheelchair was fitting, but Colonel Raina and myself will do something to fix that thing. He has come all the way from Srinagar. So we'll surely make that. So that's what I wanted to present today. And as I said, ours is Ramrath 1,000 for me, but it could be 1 million by the end of the time, by the time we get through this whole project. And I now request Mr. Prabhu, right? I'm short memory. Please come on the stage, sir. You all would have heard something about Jaipur foot. In India, when there was nothing, nobody had any idea what to do with somebody who has lost a foot or a leg, amputees. And then came a time when this whole idea of Jaipur foot, we used to read it as students in medicine. And I'm very, very thrilled to meet somebody from that organization right in front of us. And I would like to hear from him.
Thank you, sir. सबसे पहले तो मैं आप सबको आज फेयर डे की मुबारकबाद दूंगा। इतना अच्छा ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया, इतना अच्छा, एंड देयर वाज एवरीथिंग इन दैट फंक्शन इन द प्रोग्राम। और इसमें सबसे अच्छा क्या था कि जो अपने आज के कश्मीर की जीवंत झांकी दी हमको यहाँ पर। शायद कुछ लोग इसको मीडिया में देखते हैं, सुनते हैं, लेकिन जो आपने दिखाया, और तालियां तो मैंने भी बजाई, लेकिन कुछ जगह पर आकर मैं अटक भी गया। इतने दिल को छूने वाले सीन थे उस नाटिका में कि आई वॉज लॉस्ट समवेयर। मैं उस वक्त शायद तालियां बजाना भी भूल गया। बाकी जो आज रंजना मैम की बुक लॉन्च हुई है, उसके बारे में बहुत ही अच्छी पहले जो उन्होंने पेपर पढ़ा, और आई फील कि जो लोग भी कश्मीर के पिछले 34 साल के इतिहास से वाबस्ता नहीं है, फ्रॉम 1989 टू 2023, दे विल गेट ईच एंड एवरीथिंग इन दैट बुक। उनको उस किताब में 34 साल का इतिहास समझने का, देखने का, और उसको अपने दिल में उतारने का मौका मिलेगा। अब मैं आता हूँ इस रामरथ पर। जैसा कि अभी चैरी सर ने कहा कि आज से कोई 40 साल पहले तक इंडिया में कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं था हम लोगों के पास जो स्पेशली डिसेबल्ड पर्सन्स के लिए। और हमारी स्टेट एक ऐसी स्टेट है कि बॉर्डर एरिया है, हर तरफ बॉर्डर है, चारों तरफ। तो इसमें सबसे ज़्यादा केस उस वक्त होते थे माइन ब्लास्ट के। हमारे पास कई ऐसे लोग हैं, पेशेंट हैं, रेगुलर आते हैं हमारे पास, जिनकी दोनों टांगें ही नहीं हैं। माइन के ऊपर पाँव आया, दोनों टांगें उनकी चली जाती थी। और अब आज की डेट में शुगर के, गैंग्रीन के केसेस हैं, कुछ एक्सीडेंटल केसेस हैं। हमने 1987 में पहली बार, उस वक्त हमारे यहाँ स्टेट के गवर्नर थे जगमोहन जी, हमने ये पहला कैंप लगाया, 7 डेज़ मेगा कैंप विद कोलैबोरेशन ऑफ श्री भगवान महावीर विकलांग सहायता समिति कोटा, जिसमें हमने काफ़ी सारे लोगों को जयपुर फुट दिया, कैलिपर्स दिए। दैट वाज अ न्यू थिंग एट दैट टाइम इन आवर स्टेट। उसके बाद गवर्नर साहब की दूरंदेशी की मैं बात आपको सुनाऊंगा। हमारा हफ्ते का कैंप कंक्लूड हो गया, एवरीथिंग वाज वेरी वेल ऑर्गेनाइज, सब कुछ बड़ा अच्छा हुआ। उन्होंने हमें बुलाया, गवर्नर साहब ने, कहते व्हाट नेक्स्ट नो। हमारे पास इसका कोई जवाब नहीं था। हमने कैंप लगाया, लोगों को जिनको जो चाहिए था हमने व्हील चेयर्स दे दिए, ट्राइसिकल्स दे दिए, टांगे बनाकर, जयपुर फुट बनाकर दे दी, सब कुछ दे दिया। हमने कहा सर बट इट इज़ ऑल ओवर नो। कहते नो, बी प्रैक्टिकल। ही वॉज अ प्रैक्टिकल मैन, नो ही इज़ नो मोर। बट उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, अब ये इन लोगों को अपने पाँव तो लगा के दे दिए, कुछ देर के बाद, महीना, 2 महीने, 6 महीने के बाद जब इनके पाँव में प्रॉब्लम आएगी, फिर ये कहाँ जाएंगे, कोटा जाएंगे या कैसे होगा। हमने कहा सर नहीं, सॉरी, हमने सोचा नहीं, आप गाइड कीजिए। उन्होंने कहा आप एक रेगुलर वर्कशॉप स्टार्ट करो, जिसमें इन लोगों को जो प्रॉब्लम होएंगी मेंटेनेंस की, वियर एंड टीयर की, वो आप इनको देखोगे, उसको दूर करोगे। राइट फ्रॉम दैट डे 1987, आज 13 और 23 36 साल हो गए, हमने रेगुलर मंथली वर्कशॉप चलाते हैं, हर महीने का पहला संडे, मंडे एंड ट्यूसडे, 3 दिन के लिए, जिसमें हमारे पास J&K के पूरी स्टेट के पेशेंट्स आते हैं। इन एडिशन पंजाब और हिमाचल के पेशेंट्स भी आते हैं। तो ऐसे सारे पेशेंट्स को हम नई टांगे लगा कर देते हैं, कैलिपर्स देते हैं, AFOs, KFOs। इन एडिशन इफ़ इट इज़ रिक्वायर्ड वी गिव देम क्लचेस, व्हील चेयर्स। और उसके साथ साथ उनकी मेंटेनेंस, किसी का पाँव टूट जाता है, किसी की बेल्ट टूट जाती है, और वो करके देते हैं। और उनके साथ हम जो लोग वो आते हैं, अगर कोई नहीं अफोर्ड कर सकता, हम उनको बोर्डिंग एंड लॉजिंग भी फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट प्रोवाइड करते हैं। ये सारा जो कुछ हम करते हैं, दिस इज़ टोटली फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, वी डोंट चार्ज एनीथिंग। एंड ये सब जो है सोसाइटी के सहयोग से, क्योंकि हमारा मंथली काम है, मंथली खर्चा है। हमें बहुत से डोनर्स हैं जो हमारे मंथली बेसिस पर डोनेशंस देते हैं, जिनमें हमारी जैन कम्युनिटी के अलावा अदर्स भी हैं, नॉन जैन्स भी हैं, हिंदूज़ भी हैं, मुस्लिम्स भी हैं, सिख भी हैं, ईसाई भी हैं, सभी जुड़े हुए हैं। और कुछ लोग जब वहाँ पे, अब इसी महीने जब 5 तारीख को शायद था, 3 तारीख को, तो एक पेशेंट आए, उनका बच्चे की प्रॉब्लम थी। वो कहते यार मैं कुछ डोनेशन देना चाहता हूँ। ही वॉज सो इम्प्रेस्ड हमारे काम से। हमने कहा यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम। तो ये सब आप सबके सहयोग से चल रहा है। और ये जो ह्यूमैनिटी की सेवा हमें करने का भगवान ने एक मौका दिया है, शायद हमारी अच्छी किस्मत थी कि भगवान ने कहा कि आप अपने हाथों से कुछ करो, और हम कर पा रहे हैं, जिसमें कि आप सबका सहयोग है। और आज की जो ये रामरथ है, व्हील चेयर तो हमने कई बार दी हैं सबको, लेकिन जैसा चैरी सर ने कहा कि आपको हाथों से ड्रैग करना पड़ता है, या एक कई बार एक साथ में अटेंडेंट चाहिए, चाहे वो आपका फैमिली मेम्बर है या कोई भी है। तो दिस विल सर्टनली बूस्ट योर कॉन्फिडेंस, कि आपको ये नहीं रहेगा कि आई एम नो डिपेंडेंट, यू विल बी इंडिपेंडेंट। आप अपने आप के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट, सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट हो जाओगे और चलोगे। और जैसा कि सिंह साहब ने कहा कि दिस विल बूस्ट माई कॉन्फिडेंस, माई सेल्फ रेस्पेक्ट लेवल विल बी रेज्ड। मेरे को बड़ा अच्छा लगा इनके ख्यालात सुनकर, कि ऐसे ही हम भी कोशिश करेंगे कि जब ये, क्योंकि अभी तो इसकी कॉस्ट कुछ ज़्यादा है, शायद मेरे को ऐसा कर्नल राजीव सर ने कहा था। राजीव सर की बात कहूँ मैं, सॉरी अभी तक उनका जिक्र ही नहीं कर पाया, पिछले बहुत सालों से ये इन सब कामों से जुड़े हुए हैं। खैर यू पीपल नो बेटर देन मी। तो इन्होंने कई कैंप्स भी श्रीनगर में बड़ा काम किया है, लोगों को ऐसे कैलिपर्स, लिम्स वगैरह प्रोवाइड करने में कैंप्स लगाए हैं। तो इनका भी बहुत योगदान है सोसाइटी के इस काम के लिए। तो ही वॉज टेलिंग मी दैट डे कि शायद दिस विल बी ब्रॉट डाउन कॉस्ट ऑफ दिस, जो ये डिवाइस है, तो शायद जब ये थोड़ी कम हो जाएगी तो विल बी आल्सो बी एबल कि हम भी ये लेकर, तो जो भी नीडी पीपल हैं उनको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट प्रोवाइड कर सकें। हमारे पास डोनर्स रहते हैं, वील आस्क देम कि भाई एक व्हील चेयर हम आपके अकाउंट से, आपकी तरफ से देंगे, तो लोग 10-15 हज़ार 20 हज़ार रुपया दे देते हैं डोनेशन, और खुशी हंसते हंसते देते हैं। अब हम कैटरेक्ट सर्विस करवा के देते हैं फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। हमारे पास डोनर्स रहते हैं जो हमें डोनर, एक आई का ऑपरेशन मेरी तरफ से, कोई 5 कहता है, कोई 11 कहता है, तो ऐसे दानी हैं वो हमें देते हैं, हम उनसे ले के आगे सर्विस करवाते हैं। एंड देन वी गिव देम द फीडबैक टू द डोनर्स। हम एक लेटर्स के ऊपर उनके फोटोग्राफ्स लगवाते हैं, उनके सिग्नेचर देते हैं, मोबाइल नंबर देते हैं। वी गिव दैट डाटा टू द डोनर सो दैट इफ ही फील्स लाइक ही कैन कन्फर्म इट फ्रॉम द पेशेंट्स वेदर दे हैव बीन ऑपरेटेड और नॉट। उनका कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्ट होता है कि भाई मैंने जो दिया है वो सही जगह पर सही तरीके से उसका यूज़ हुआ है। तो ऐसे ही हम उन डोनर्स को बोलेंगे कि भाई आप हमें एक व्हील चेयर आपकी तरफ से, कोई 2 भी देने वाला निकलता है, कोई अपने बर्थडे पे देता है, अपनी वेडिंग एनिवर्सरी पे देता है, कोई अपने एल्डर्स की डेथ एनिवर्सरी पर भी डोनेशन देना चाहते हैं। सोसाइटी में बहुत से लोग हैं तो ऐसा देते हैं। तो उस तरीके से मेरे को लगता है कि हम भी इस रामरथ को आगे लेकर आएंगे। इसको जो हमारे स्पेशली डिसेबल्ड भाई हैं, बहनें हैं, इनको दे पाएंगे, जिससे कि ये लोग भी और अच्छी तरह अपनी ज़िंदगी गुजार सकें। थैंक यू वंस अगेन। आई कांग्रेचुलेट ऑल ऑफ यू ऑन दिस फेयर डे। थैंक यू।
Thank you very much. Very nice. So, without dwelling much, once again, congratulations to Rajna for the fantastic book she has written. I spent the whole night reading it, and I'm sure you get a lot of flashbacks. As a psychiatrist, I think about such things, but you have done an immense job and made people aware, and I think for generations to come, they will be, your book will be read, and it will change the history of the valley, Kashmir. Thank you very much.